By the way, we have on this farm, where'd they go? Oh. We have, the primary business is dairy. We sell milk, but, and cheese. We make cheese, butter, and all the dairy products we make and sell. But we also make money by selling vegetables, and we're expanding that by building this greenhouse here. And as you can see, we sell food in Ann Arbor and Adrian, and produce it here on the farm.
How many acres do you have total?
Well, the family owns about pretty close to 500. We'll probably end up with at least 2 or 3 of these greenhouses like this, and maybe as many as 5.
How long is this one?
Oh, 92 feet long, 42 feet wide. One thing we use in this greenhouse is called raised bed technology. Do you notice how those are all raised up? Because you get more room for the roots to go down, where it's very easy for them to go down, and therefore you can grow more products in the same area. Then we got another innovation here, and that's this thing here. See these hoses? They're buried in those raised beds. See, that's how they, you want that one over there needs water, you turn on this, well, I got, they're all off now. I guess we watered them all night. But you turn on the right tap and the hose goes and runs. You see the water going in there? This is the last one we watered. It's buried, the hose is buried under there.
Right.
And it's a soaker hose. So it seeps out all the length of the hose and waters the plants. And we've been selling out of this. We just installed it in I think January or so on. But it's producing quite a bit. We probably sold I don't know, $100 or $200 worth every month. We got tomatoes. These are all tomatoes right here. The spinach is all gone for the year. We can plant some more if we had more room, but we don't have it. And we've replanted. We have carrots. We have cabbage. I don't know if you know about the food called kimchi. It's a health food that's very popular. Developed in Korea, I think, and it's a spicy little cabbage that's been fixed to be very healthful, and we sell lots of that. We do in the winter time. In February we collect syrup. We have 3,000 maple trees. We tap 3,000 maple trees, bring in and make syrup out of it and sell that. I mean, it's a pretty good business.
Can you grow in here during the winter, or is it just in the summer in your greenhouse?
Well, we intend to do it all next winter. Yeah, that's why we want to. I'm going to put in some heat. I got some 350 acres of woods, which produces enough heat to heat all the houses here, plus more.
What about bees?
Bees, we're putting those in right now. We're just starting. We do everything on the farm. We make beer. We make wine. We plan to put in a geodesic dome and try to grow fish in it. Okay? And keep that warm all winter. Really, the goal here, what we're trying to do on the farm is how are people going to live in the post-petroleum world? Okay? You can't send your fruit that you eat in the morning comes from Chile. Your vegetables you eat come from San Francisco here. That's ridiculous. There's not going to be any petroleum to put in the trains or the ships to move it. So everybody's got to learn to go back to the system they had before the petroleum came along. We used to give antibiotics to our cows 20 years ago, and we finally didn't like the idea, and our customers didn't like the idea because it leads to a disease called MRSA, which is you become antibiotic resistant. Then if you get an infection, you go to the doctor and he said, I'm sorry that the antibiotics don't work on you. And I think in 2005, 16,500 people in the United States died of that disease because they were immune to antibiotics. And so we decided to, and we were giving corn to our cows, feeding them corn because they produce more milk, and we were getting more money. But we decided to run an experiment. And how did the cows ever, with the disease the cows get, if you turn the first stomach acid with the grains like corn and wheat, is mastitis. And the only cure that they known for that is antibiotics, because it's an infection of the udder. And so we just quit giving corn and grain to the animals, and that was 24 years ago, and we haven't had a case of mastitis since. We've done a couple other things, is if you plow and disc all the time, as everybody does, everybody in farms plows and discs. We stopped plowing and disking about 25 years ago. The reason we did, because we got worried about the erosion. Taking all our topsoil down, putting it in the St. Joe's River, then it goes down to the Maumee, then it goes to Lake Erie, then it goes out the St. Lawrence it's the St. Lawrence River to the Atlantic Ocean, where it drops 6-7 miles down into the crevices that are in the Atlantic Ocean. And it's going to be awful expensive digging that out someday and bringing it back so we can eat it. And we thought it's better to stay here on the farm and convert the farm back to the way it was before man discovered the plow and the disc, and plant only perennial plants. Okay? No annuals that you have to replant every year because you have to plow and disc or replant them. We've been doing that now for over 25 years. We have not planted the only plant we planted in the last 25 years in the fields. The only exception is this greenhouse, which we didn't till, but we did it another way. We plant alfalfa, and we feed it to all the animals. No corn, no grains. We are experimenting now down at the other farm, which we should go see, with perennial wheat and perennial sorghum. Two crops, where you plant once, never plant it again. And even if you read the literature on in the area of food security, how are we going to see? Right now we're in trouble. It's estimated by the UN that 500 million people go to bed each night hungry. 500 million. That's not million. Billion. And what is it going to be like in a few years when the erosion takes more of the topsoil and puts it in the river and puts it in the Atlantic? It's going to be a problem. we're trying to take some steps towards sustainable farming is what we're doing. It'll keep on going on forever. So this farm produces food for human beings forever. I don't know if you know about this, but it takes 1,000 years to produce 1 inch of new topsoil. According to the USDA, those are not our numbers, that's the U.S. Department of Agriculture. And we're trying to understand how soil is produced, new soil. It's the living things in the soil that produce it. We're trying to understand that better. And maybe we can figure out a way to decrease the number from 1,000 years maybe down to a couple hundred for 1 inch of topsoil. If we can get wise about it. And we're working on that problem at the same time. We give these problems, by the way, of how to do these things to 7th graders. Because we want to educate them to think about the right problems. Problems that if they're successful at getting some good thoughts on, do something for mankind. You know. And we could use fewer games and more ideas that produce more food.